lion, being the king of the jungle, is extremely possessive of his territory. The very idea of a lion being dethroned from his jungle seems far-fetched and impossible. Yet one must always remember the rule of the jungle, the survival of the fittest. It's not the strongest species that survive, not the most intelligent, but the ones more responsive to change. Let's talk about Facebook at this juncture. But before we do that, make sure you hit the like button to make sure the YouTube algorithm works in our favor. Founded in 2004, we all know Facebook as this highly loved social media platform that lets us connect with our near and dear ones in no time, thus creating a hyper-connected online social space which monetizes through online ads. Facebook is the digital ads market what Amazon is to e-commerce market. It accounts for over 25% of global digital advertisement revenue, pegged at over $600 billion. Even internally, it relies heavily on digital ads, with them accounting for 98% of its revenue. Despite facing some market share loss due to entrants like TikTok, its ARPU at $50 is around thrice the next best social media platform and still retains the title of being the most used social media platform worldwide. Hence, it won't be an overstatement to address Facebook as the lion of the digital ad space. All this until Apple came into the picture, posing an imminent threat to the power enjoyed by the lion. It has found its next big business, that of showing ads on your iPhone. Wait, but weren't they doing pretty well selling us iPhones and MacBooks? Well, being highly responsive as they are, they sensed an amazing opportunity and had all the means and resources to exploit that. So, why not? What's more interesting to know is the plan of attack that they adopted for this purpose. Let's travel back in time to April 2021. That is when Apple released its App Tracking Transparency Framework, popularly known as ATT, as a part of iOS 14.5 launch, which aimed at shutting off potential flow of data and information that measurement companies, advertisers, and app developers greatly use to link users' behaviors across apps and mobile websites. The users now had complete autonomy of choosing whether they'd want to be tracked by certain apps or not. I'm sure if you are an Apple user, you must have been prompted by this pop-up. 78% of us opted out. Apple very intelligently marketed this as the privacy feature. With all those concerns over privacy doing rounds then, this went well with users too. This feature is expected to have a lot of collateral damage. A huge loss of revenue for third-party advertisers like Facebook and Snapchat, which rely heavily on targeted advertising to drive their revenues. This is the moat that comes from being a hardware-first company as against being software-only. Just like Google with Android, Apple with its operating system can dictate terms on which third-party platforms operate in the digital ecosystem that their hardware, that is iPhone, facilitates. It's pretty well till here. But what would Apple get out of it? By simply harming the business of Facebook and Snapchat? Well, that is the catch here. Apple wants to get into ads business. Sounds ironical, right? A core hardware company venturing into digital ads. When we talk about Apple's current state of operations, it displays ads inside the App Store, as well as in its News and Stocks app across all devices, be it iPhone, iPad, or MacBook. The ads on the App Store are the ones developers pay to rank their app higher in searches, while the News and Stocks app features ads that you would see in any other ad monetized website. Another ironic detail here is that its advertising mechanism makes use of data from its other services and your Apple account to decide on the ads to serve. This doesn't feel like a privacy-first policy, right? Actually, the user can turn off the ad personalization feature. But still, Apple can't be prevented by the ATT framework since it claims that it doesn't follow users across third-party apps and websites. Apple's future ambitions for this space are much bigger, bolder, and better. They have reportedly made key hirings for this segment, and their advertising teams have already gained a foothold inside its services organization. Let me also tell you that this is not Apple's first brush with digital ads. Back in 2010, they tried serving ads inside third-party apps, an initiative which they called iAid, but failed miserably at. The next possible frontier that Apple is supposedly targeting is to expanding search ads to maps. You may think of this as a pizzeria paying for ads to display itself on the top of search results. They may also plan to extend their offerings to their digital storefronts like Apple TV Plus, Apple Books, and Apple Podcasts, offering a combination of ad-based as well as premium experience. While all this seems sorted, what remains to be seen is users' acceptance of these ads. If this would hamper their mobile viewing experience, which is undesirable for Apple as well. Talking about their ad revenues as of now, they are just over $4 billion, which is around 0.5% of global ads revenue. While still nascent, the revenue is expected to double over a period of just 3 years. Some experts also believe it to generate $20 billion annually in just 3 years. Who could have ever imagined that a pure play hardware player would come out of nowhere and wipe out value potentially to the tune of $10 billion for social media giants? Clearly, Apple has caused a huge upset to the digital advertisement space. So given Facebook's excessive reliance on digital advertising as a source of revenue, what are the defenses that Facebook is trying to build for itself to avoid the imminent threats it faces? There are quite a few of them. First, they may rely on already amassed huge data sets to continue their targeted advertising efforts. 2. Facebook has made some interesting investments in the AR/VR space, looking to capture the next frontier of social interaction and information sharing. Facebook's rebranding as Meta is a reflection of its shift from solely focusing on social platform-based ad distribution to metaverse by creating an ultimate immersive social experience. Fourth, over the years, it has been actively involved in acquiring companies that have proven to be wildly successful for it, thus hedging the risk of being over-reliant on a single platform for revenues. So, will Facebook's efforts help it hold its ground as the lion of the digital ad space? Or has Apple spoiled that possibility and made it difficult for Facebook to retain the crown it proudly held for all these years? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.